What can catalyze an ecosystem for sustainable growth research and policy in India? How can climate inequality be addressed? This and much more were at the core of the recently organized India Sustainable Growth Conference at the London School of Economics. Organized by the International Growth Centre, the University of Warwick, and the Indian Statistical Institute, the conference had senior leadership of the Energy Policy Institute at the University of Chicago in attendance. Why a collaborative approach is critical while trying to solve bigger challenges.
If you're going to work on India and in partnership with Indian institutions, one of the things that at least personally I felt would be really valuable is to kind of create a community and a network that then grows outward. And then as we were talking about kind of creating this academic network, it sort of also becomes immediately clear that you need a partnership that's broader than just academics. And I think that's how we evolved into today's kind of agenda, which is broader. It pulls together people from philanthropy, from government, and so on.
Can interdisciplinary expertise help address environmental issues?
Came to this from engineering. I know there are people here who are economists now, but were also engineers. And I think in that spirit, work in the environment is at least to me particularly interesting, because you can pull together economists who work on different things. You can pull together people from different disciplines. And I think it very much cuts across the research policy agenda.
Can being responsive to issues that policymakers are interested in lead to path-breaking initiatives?
To try to restart my work in India, one thing led to another, and we ended up at the Minister of Environment and Forest office, and he was feeling around for new ideas, and I said, oh, well, you should do pollution pricing. And he goes, that's a great idea, we should do that. And then that kind of set off on a path which is now, I think, 14 or 15 years long, that ultimately led to 5 or 6 years ago launching a pilot for pollution pricing in the state of Gujarat. I think Anant is in the room, and he has been a partner in crime at every step. And that pilot we ran as an RCT, and it proved very successful. And it has taken the fancy of the Gujarati policymakers and the policymakers in other states. And as one thing has led to another, and it's now kind of led to increasing adoption, and we hope for much wider adoption than has happened already.
Can research collaboration with government lead to more evidence-driven policy initiatives?
But in EPIC, by way of example, some of the work we've done in the state of Odisha, we've been invited by the government to form what they call a data policy and institutes innovation centers, a bunch of words. But what it is the Odisha government proactively saying, come work with us with all the data we've got to figure out what are the right questions to ask, and then we'll think about how we answer them. That's, of course, Odisha government has been, in spite of being economically not so strong, has been incredibly proactive in many other things that it does. And I think those things don't happen instantaneously. They are the result of years of work.
The conference brought together PhD students from across the world working on environmental economics, and leading faculty also working at the intersection of environment and economics in India, alongside policymakers in India.